we'll go over all those. When you're eating and you have salad, which we do a lot of times, and the dressing splatters, right? Okay, when you know that it is oil, so any kind of an oil spot can really be taken out in two ways. One is with chalk. Now this is a little piece of chalk that I actually purchased for this purpose. They put it in this packaging. But you can just buy a piece of chalk in the children's toy department and put it on the spot, leave it there overnight, shake it off, with like a towel that's clean, and the spot will be gone. Now, if you don't have chalk, also try baby powder, because that works very, very well. You just need to leave it on there so that it absorbs into it and give that a try. The next thing I dearly love having in the closet. Well, this one happens to be baby powder, so I've used that. Probably cornstarch would also work, but I have used real baby powder. The next thing that you need to have are shoe trees. Now, this one happens to be metal because they are over 20 years old and you can't buy metal anymore, but you can buy plastic. And you get them at shoe repair places. And ladies, please use these in your shoes and your boots. You need at least 3 pair. You need one for shoes, because you're going to put them in every night when you take the shoes off and leave them there till morning. You need one for boots, and maybe they're in a different place, so you want to use one for boots, and you need one for your golf shoes, and then maybe you need a pair for something else as well. But if you will do this while your shoes are warm and leave it in overnight, you will have brand new shoes in the morning. It is just the greatest, and your husbands as well, if they will buy men. Now, they make them in cedar, and that's wood, but they happen to be quite heavy that way. You can do that if you choose to. That is supposed to absorb some of the odor, but just the little plastic or metal ones, which have an adjustment right here, so that, for different shoes, it's 1, 2, 3 to make them fit, is really a great idea. Okay, now let's talk about jewelry storage. There are many ways and things to do with your jewelry. One particular idea that I love, if you have room, is to use these chests. Can you see? And I'm going to give you the name. This is homedecorators.com. This is a collection called Stanton. So if you should go to their website, because they carry thousands and thousands and thousands of things. They make these little carts that have wheels on them that have these little tiny skinny drawers. And they are fabulous for organizing your jewelry. I suggest that you just buy the liner, the kitchen liner that's kind of rubbery, and cut it to fit inside the drawer. And then you can just lay necklaces, earrings, everything else that we're going to talk about, and it works so well. Earrings work terrific in a drawer, or any kind of drawer that you might have. This is an egg carton. And this is wonderful to separate your earrings. And you can put even a couple of small pair. I suggest that you sort them by silver, by gold, by however you want to. And you can lay these next to each other in the drawer. And if your drawer is wide enough, you can even stack these. You can put one on top of the other, and it works very well. Then this is the added part of the egg carton that I cut off. And this I put in a different place. I put this in my bracelet drawer. And we're so much into bangles right now. So what do? They're falling all over every place, right? They will stack right in here and just be right ready for you to grab the gold or the bronze or the orange or the black or whatever, and just sort them by color. And it works really well. Now, if you don't have the luxury of being able to use a drawer, this works well in a closet. This is a jewelry organizer that hangs. It's very sturdy, and it has pockets on both sides. I've learned from using these in a lot of places that if you can buy cream, it's much better than black. You can just see the items a whole lot better. Now, it tells you here earrings, pins, and so forth. Don't pay any attention to that. And you don't need the ones that zip, because that's just extra work. You really only need these that are just open, and you can slip your little items in there. Now, I like slipping them in after you have used these little bags. Now, you're going to see on my presentation over here, here's all kinds of things that you can't find easily. So after the show, you can go take a look if you wish. These are little things that you think, oh, well, I won't find these. I've looked for months to try to find these. 3-inch, and 2-inch, okay? Not anymore, no. So these are little plastic bags, and what I suggest is that you put earrings or pins or necklaces or whatever in these. You can then slip them right into this little jewelry caddy, and it works really easily, and this is wonderful for travel. If you put your earrings and jewelry pieces in this, and then put all of your earrings in a sandwich bag, put all of your necklaces in another little bag, and then put all of that into a little zip bag, you can have all of your jewelry there together. But the reason that you want it organized like that is because when you're on a trip, basically what do we have to work with? A bed. So you can sit on the bed, you can pull out your jewelry, take the earrings out, spread them all over, find the ones you want, stick them back in a hurry, and you're done in 1, 2, 3. So if you haven't tried that, you might want to. All right, next little trick is how do you wear beautiful pieces of accessories, such as a pin, maybe like this, without it hanging or hurting your garment or falling down? Well, the trick is that you want to get one of these little foamy powder puffs. That's what these are, foamy powder puffs. And you can just put this behind your piece of clothing and then stick the pin through it, and it will stay, and it will not sag. It's kind of magic. I put the pad under the sweater, and I put the pin then through the pad, and you see it's knit, but it will stay there, and it won't hurt the garment, and it will look terrific. Okay, next little idea. Let's talk about, sometimes in your closets, you have to stack t-shirts or tanks or things that you don't have room to hang, right? Well, when you stack them, it's really nice to be able to separate those stacks so that you can maybe separate sleeveless from short sleeve from long sleeve, okay? I think this is just the most wonderful thing I've ever found, which these are the mats that you find at Marion Market, the cutting mats. So I just cut it into a square of 12 inches, and I just kind of rounded the corners then as I cut it. And then you can just slip this through your different categories of tops, and then when you want to take one down, you just slip your hand under this and pull it off, and it's fabulous. It really does help make finding what you want and keeping it all organized easily. Now, shopping in your own closet, which we talked about, is all about creating outfits. And this is how we end up with a chart when I work with you. But I don't have to work with you. You can do it yourself as well. In the back of this, my book, which is over here, there is a chart that you can just copy. Now, you can go home and make your own if you want, because it's not very hard on the computer. But, you know, sometimes we're so busy, it's easier just to have one done. But you could look through this and see how I have listed these kinds of things. You know, it's not fancy. The thing is, it works. So when I am going someplace, I will look then for a particular category over here in the corner, and then I will look at all the different outfits that I have for that particular category. Or in this particular group of things, I have things that I have created for particular trips. So I might have cruise spring 2010, and then I've done all the things for that cruise, and then all I have to take are those particular charts. And you see that I've slipped them into these little plastic containers, and I put them together with rubber bands. Now, some of my friends that I've worked with who are very concerned about everything being pretty has said, oh, I can't live with it like that. It's just, I can't live with it. And so they've tried notebooks, and they've tried all kinds. They've tried metal rings, they've tried things. And they called me up 2 weeks later, and they said, you were right. This works so easy. Just make it work. You just have it handy, and it really is a fabulous little thing. Do you ever have to go into a dark drawer when your husband is still sleeping and you have to find something? Happens, doesn't it? Well, I found that it really is very solved. My sock drawer is such that I can't find things, and to determine black, brown, navy, and tan is pretty hard. So I just keep a little flashlight in that drawer, right there in that drawer, and it makes things very easy. In the closet, at times we get dust, right? So covering the shoulders of things, particularly items that we don't wear often, is really a smart thing so that we can keep our clothes really, really clean. So let me show you what I do for that. I just take regular cleaner plastic bags, such as this, and I fold it down to approximately 12 inches, and I cut it off, and I get rid of the bottom, and I use the top as a shoulder cover. So I will put this jacket, after I put my pin back on it, cover it with the shoulder cover, and it's ready to go back in the closet, and it will stay very nice until you see it again. And the whole idea of this is, you can see through it, so you know what every item is. Another thing is it's very soft. Now you can buy shoulder covers at Bed Bath & Beyond and those kind of things, but the stiff ones get in the way, and they're hard to use. This you just lift up, you can take your garment off, you can even leave it on the hanger until you bring your jacket back and put it back on.